Welcome to the all-new dating game.
Thank you very much, and welcome to the dating game. When it comes to dating, are gals more aggressive these days? I mean, now it's the guys who are complaining that women are all hands. Well, I've got a feeling that I'm going to have my hands full with our first 3 bachelors, so let's meet them right now. Hi there, bachelor number 1, what's your name?
Elaine, my name is Byron Clark.
And you were on the dating game back in 1976.
Yes, I was, and I'm still trying.
And you say that you're a very civic-minded guy. In what way?
Well, what I do is on a Sunday, I get my date, put on my sneakers, and we go out and paint out the graffiti in the alley.
That's great.
Out of sight.
What do you use on it? I want to know. My back alley is just a mess.
Okay, I've got 3 different paints. One is a gray, one is a white, and one is a black area.
I see.
And I go up and down.
Slash it out. Thanks for the information.
Bachelor number 1, I want to hear your European accent.
First, I'd get a bit of Michael Caine. Then I'd say, voulez-vous coucher du sweet. Then I would say, mow the lawn, cut the grass. And I would say, let me take you home to Mother, and I'll tie you up with silk ties.
Oh, thank you, Bachelor. I can't wait.
You can? Now let's meet the guy you did choose. Bachelor number 1 would like to tie you up in silk. I don't know what he's into, but we'll find out. Byron Clark. Byron, come here. Meet Verda.
Oh, marvelous. Marvelous.
Wait till I tell you about your date. Woo! Your cares will really float away on a romantic water and air adventure in the heart of France.
That's right, Bert and Byron. You'll spend your first French evening in gay Paris, home of the famous Louvre and the Arc de Triomphe. Then you're whisked away to the enchanting Burgundy countryside, where you'll cruise for 4 days and 3 nights aboard Horizon Cruises' Royal River Barge. That includes fabulous gourmet cuisine, beverages, and luxurious accommodations furnished by Horizon Cruises. You'll float effortlessly through a network of canals amidst a magical atmosphere of ancient villages and world-famed vineyards. Then take in the beauty from a different point of view in a hot air balloon as you glide over secluded glens and grand chateaus in the loveliest terrain in France. You and your
Incredible, isn't it? What do you think, Verda? How did you do on your choice? Did you get your ROTS definition?
Great choice. And I'm glad we're going to go to Paris. That's wonderful.
Thank you.
All right.
What do you think, huh?
I think it's marvelous, as Billy Doodlefatcher says. Marvelous. Lovely.
Thanks for being on the show. Thanks very much. Have a great time on that date. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Welcome to the all-new dating game. And now, here's your host, Jeff MacGREGOR.
Welcome back to the dating game, everybody. Now, I'd like to meet a couple that we sent ballooning in the south of France. Say hello to Verda and Byron Clark. Okay, now, Verda, how did you and Byron get along in France?
He was really kind of a bum. He didn't pay any attention to me. He spent a lot of time in the pubs alone, and I think he had an eye for my chaperone.
Jeff, no. We had a lovely chaperone, Suzanne, who was very, very nice, and I did like her, but there was nothing. I had no eyes, and there was nothing romantically inclined.
Sure.
But she was kind of, it seems, no offense, but she seemed a little more sophisticated, and she didn't have this obnoxious cackle. It's just that we just didn't...
I like the setup there. No offense, but you have an obnoxious cackle. That's nice.
It wasn't bioelectric. We just didn't have chemistry.
No chemistry. So where were you guys off to first?
Well, the first night in Paris, after we flew from New York all the way, we had a lovely dinner at this lovely restaurant in like a 4 or 5-star beautiful hotel.
Sure.
Marvelous.
Romantic.
Stupendous.
Yeah.
Well, not romantic, but it's great food.
So did things get any better for you guys up in the balloon?
No. He wasn't even there. The minute we won that prize, he said, I'm not going up in that balloon. So I thought, okay, fella, you stay on the ground. I'm going up. And he stayed with the Chase crew, which he did just fine with them because they serve champagne.
That's right.
And he was okay as long as he had a drink in his hand.
Jeff, I'm not a coward, and I wasn't afraid of anything. As a matter of fact, we got out there, and there we were, and they weren't sure we were going to go. It was overcast. It was like raining, and they were throwing up balloons to see if we were even going to go up. I wasn't really afraid. I was just cautious.
Sure.
As a matter of fact, I just happened to have some. I was in the Air Force. I was overseas, and I was on Guam. I just happened to have some pictures of me at my base.
That's now, Byron. You know,
and of course, I was young and tender, 17. Now I'm older now.
I noticed, Byron, that even though you're in the Air Force, you are conspicuously near to the ground in both of those photos. Are you not?
That's true. And I did follow the Chase guy. We had champagne, and there's a whole tradition when the balloon drops, everybody has champagne, and I made sure I was right there. The next night, Jeff, next night, I did fly in the balloon. I was more cautious. The pilot was good, and I had champagne again. I mean, I'm in France. What am I supposed to do? Have chocolate malts?
I couldn't agree with you more, Byron. Now, you guys, as individuals, are very nice. Did the French countryside not charm you at all?
You know, I think he was paying a lot of attention to my chaperone.
Well, I was. And I want you to know, she was darling, but there was nothing romantic. But I do want to tell you this. I didn't drink that much. I'm not a big drinker. Verda doesn't drink even at all. Now, so what the heck?
Well, you're in France. You're in
France. There's white wine, there's red wine, there's 5-course meals. It was just marvelous. Again, what am I supposed to have? A chocolate malt with straw? I helped the wine.
Exactly. You're in France. You drink wine. Oh, sure you do. Okay.
Thank you, Jeff.
Now, Byron, I guess that things could have maybe gone just a little bit better on the trip. I guess you guys won't be seeing much of one another after this. Is that a pretty shrewd intuition on my part?
I think you're absolutely right.
Oh, I can't imagine why.
Well, she's probably very correct, and it is mutual. She's a lovely lady, but I have no desire to see her again. She's nice, but it's okay.
Okay.
He's got my phone number, and he never has called me, and I'm certainly not going to call him.
Well, I probably won't call her either.
You guys could go out and do a little champagne shopping together. Folks, thank you very much for coming back and sharing what amounts to one of the worst dates in the history of the show. Byron, thanks, buddy. Very good. Verda, thank you.
Is LYLA. She presents love boutiques for a living, but she says she's into preaching, not practicing. On yesterday's show, the audience voted on which of these 3 men would be best for her. Today, you'll find out who LYLA chose as her date. On Love Connection.
But LYLA never told us who she chose. She's going to tell us now. Who'd you choose?
I chose Jim.
Chose Jim. That was number 1. Right here with Jim is a hugger. Jim's backstage. Let's say hello to Jim Clark. Hi, Jim. How are you?
Hi, LYLA.
What did you think of LYLA the first time you saw her, Jim?
I liked what I saw. I must say, you guys put it all together. She had a lovely, nice, figure, nice body. Nice body. I thought she had kissable calves.
Kissable calves.
I presume she did. I don't really know. But I did like her. And she was dressed very smart, very attractive. And I liked her.
Tell me about the date, LYLA.
Well, we met at a Japanese restaurant above the city so that we could see the sunset.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to know I detected a beautiful sensuality about him, and I wanted to give him a sensual evening. I planned a mystery night for him and asked him...
Now, a lot of people are going to misinterpret what you mean by sensual, but I assume we'll find out as you go along.
We went to a hotel in Little Tokyo, and...
yeah, that's not going to get a rise out of anybody.
It's a lovely hotel, lovely.
You went to a hotel.
Asked him if he'd like to see the rooms upstairs, what he didn't know.
Yes, she did.
I'm not believing this. What?
It was the health club. We went for a Japanese massage.
See, and I had visions of being in a hot tub, see, but it came out a massage, which was fine, though. It was just fine.
Tell me about this massage. What kind of deal was that?
Well, you know, I had visions of the men being massaged on one side of the place and the women going to another area and being massaged by somebody else, right? Yeah. They had us change. They gave me a hospital gown of all things, right, that I put on backwards.
You look good in it.
Of course.
Yeah?
And then they take me to a waiting room, and who walks into the waiting room but Jim? And they wrapped around in a towel, and he told me what they had put on him, and he flashed this wild pair of shorts that they had on.
I didn't know it, so I put on the shorts. I didn't know.
What happened?
And then these 2 lovely ladies, don't understand English, took us to the same room, right? We walk in, and there in this room are these two tables side by side.
I said, yeah,
You obviously have not done this before.
Right.
Oh, I see. So this is a surprise for you as well.
Well, I've never taken a man for a massage before. You're absolutely right.
Okay.
And, you know...
Tell him what you asked for.
What did I ask
A curtain
for?
between us.
Oh, of course. Yes, I am a lady. I did tell you that, right? Yes, I said this won't do. You know, we don't know each other, so they put up a curtain between us.
They said, so put the curtain.
Anyway,
So
and we were massaged, and wild massages. I've never had a Japanese massage before. You know that they climb up on top of you?
And I heard a moaning, Chuck. I heard a moaning in there, right next door to me. It was good.
I was very, yes, I know.
Lovely.
I happen to get into things, you know, and I love massages, but I was a little nervous about moaning and groaning, you know, making all
It was all right.
Did Jim enjoy it?
Yes, the other girl straddled me, too, and was doing her knees into my knees. I'm telling you, it was lovely. All above board, but it was wild.
Well, Jim had a big time even without you, I think. You saw he had a good time, yeah.
I think so, too.
How'd the date end now? Exactly how did it end?
It ended beautifully as the whole evening went.
Mm-hmm.
It was lovely being enjoyed and enjoying, and
It was lovely. The only thing is, we had parked her car up above the hill, so I know I've got to bring her back and give her the car. And I'm trying to think, how can I herd her get her out of the herd? But it's no, for an expression, there's no way I could, because I know we've got to go give the parking ticket, and she's going to get in her car. So there's no way I could get her on the side road there and smooch her a little bit. So there I was.
No
I don't mean to
kissing.
be so forward, but
A lot of massaging by somebody else and no kissing. Isn't that great?
it was lovely, but I went home frustrated, yes.
Let's take a look and see who the audience picked for you. Oh, my word. By an enormous margin, Jim, too. 63%. A lot of people. Well, we paid for the first date. If you want to take the audience's advice, we'll pay for the second date. Would you like to ask Jim out again?
I think the audience has wonderful taste.
Yeah. There he is.
Jim, would you do me the honor?
I'm sorry?
Would you do me the honor of joining me on another evening?
God love you. Yes, I would.
Come on out and join us, Jim. That's all right. No, it's all right. How are you? Well, Jim, when you wish upon a star.
That's my fun.
You think you'll plan this date, Jim, instead of...
I think this time perhaps I will.
love
Yeah, I
it.
think but I like that she did the planning at the time, because, you know, I'm strong enough that I didn't have to say we're going to do. I went along with her on it, and it was fun. But she did say something that made me think of a masseuse. And I really all of a sudden thought, gosh knows, is she going to take me to a hot tub place? I've never been to one.
Well, now you can surprise her.
No.
Take her to a hot tub place.
Whatever. We have a nice gift for both of you. Thanks for coming on the show. You're delightful. It does work out sometimes. We're going to come right back with another couple. Stay with us.